You evaluate a brand potential by looking at a series of tangent points. And so we look at, what is the equity of the brand in the marketplace? So what's the awareness level, retention? We also look at how big their customer base is. In other words, how many consumers, market share in a marketplace. We also look at, where they're located, from a standpoint of social rankings, and also we look at their distribution channel from a standpoint, are they concentrated or diversified? They have great presence at retail or not? And those really help us understand the value of the brand from the intangible side, which is about 30% of all evaluation of companies is intangible assets, which are the brand value, and the brand equity. Well, the numbers are about 30%. They range, though, depending on, I'm sure Coca-Cola's evaluation of its brand assets is probably in the 60 to 70%. We typically see that companies that are much more emotionally driven, you take the automotive industry where people are buying cars based on emotions, the fragrance, the cosmetics, and let's say the luxury segment, the brand evaluation is much higher because the affinity to that brand is much more emotionally driven. So that's how we evaluate those. The next factors when you look at a brand, and the watch outs, what I call, and make sure that you don't get into trouble, is the leadership of the organization. Do they have a clear direction in the marketplace? Is the organization prone to disruption by new upstarts or convergent industries that currently are not their competitors that could potentially be their competitors? If you look at Amazon, what it's doing to the retail industry, and you look at the value of Best Buy, for example, a lot of the challenge they have is from these disruptive new entries who are eating away their market share. So we look at things like that. We look at, is the employees engaged? We know that organizations where the employees are engaged generate a 30% better return on investment than those organizations that have poor customer retention and customer loyalty and engagement. Well, not all of them do that. Obviously, private equity firms are looking at the tangible assets. They do look at the leadership of the organization. But my presentation is really about generating some awareness to investors that they need to look at the intangible side of the business. They need to look at the company culture, because most mergers and acquisitions fail because the culture of the organization doesn't integrate properly in the new direction. And so I'm here really to raise that awareness that culture and the intangibles play an important role, and that they should be evaluating that at a much higher focus of when they're doing an evaluation of the company.